Nice!
Hey YouTubers, Grimmy Dragon here, and it's once again review time. This week we are going to be looking at the last Voyager of the Combiner Wars line, and that would be none other than Skylynx. An interesting figure, but one I haven't been really looking forward to looking at, but we're going to do it today. So let's get this started. So to get things started, let's look at an area I actually like on this toy, and that's the vehicle mode. Skylynx is a shuttle, much like his G1 self, and comes out looking very much like the G1 figure with a little bit of updating. As you can see, he is far more teched out than his G1 self was, with a lot of panel lining and details in there, which is really cool. I like that. Still has that multi-window visor, although there seems to be some more windows in there. Maybe some lights, I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, it is a very nice looking front of the ship. The back is done well. You got the nice wings. And the accessories form little guns for it. Pretty cool. Nice big gold Autobot symbols, which look really good. And then you got these extra little tail fins as well, which are a little loose, unfortunately, but they do look good. And if you don't like them as they are, you can just pop them off and flip them over. Very easy to do that. Get them more of a all back look. Or if you just don't like them, they come off very easily and the figure doesn't suffer without them. So yeah, those tail fins are totally optional. Which is good. Now, as you can see, he does have the undercarriage from the G1 toy. Unfortunately, it does not come off, meaning the Lynx mode is kind of out of the question. So that's a sad loss, and that's a result of being the Voyager class, which hurts it in another way. And to illustrate that, I'm going to bring in the G1 Skylynx in all its glory. As you can see, he's tiny compared to his G1 self. Now granted, this is probably bigger than a leader class as far as plastic goes, so that's going to be why he's so much bigger. But I think this Skylynx would have benefited a great deal from being a leader class and having that Lynx mode instead of the combined form. That's my personal opinion, but it's kind of the root of my problems with this toy, that and the combined form itself, which I'll get into later. But yeah, all in all, this mode is actually pretty good. I do like it. But yeah, there's more to talk about. And yeah, that would be more robot mode or beast mode, whatever you want to call it. And this is actually where the problems for Skylynx really start to show themselves. Size aside, that doesn't mean he's bad or anything, because he can be small and still be good. But he definitely has a bit of a hollowness to him, especially in the midsection, as you can see. Depending on how you look at him, you can actually see through the midsection. As you can tell, you can see my finger moving in an area that's supposed to be filled out. I mean, you can actually see through the other side from the side. This is a problem. I mean, I know it's because they wanted the hands to fold into them, but they really should have done something to fill out that midsection. That's a big problem. I mean, that's the most hollow I've seen a toy like this. I mean, that is a huge knock against it, too. I mean, he shouldn't be that hollow. I mean, and that little wall there, that's wafer thin plastic, too. I mean, it's annoying. It is really annoying to see that. So yeah, I mean, that's bothersome. Another nitpick, this is probably just a nitpick on my end, but the legs are actually, well, digigrade backwards. I mean, usually the knee would go forward and then this part here would be going for, like, well, I'm gonna make it short. Really, it should look something like that, but you can't get the feet right when you do. So yeah, that's another bit of a problem, at least on my end. I mean, I would have preferred straight knees if they were going to do something like that, or, you know, double jointed this somehow, but I can't because of the combiner ports right there, which is really unfortunate. I mean, that is very unfortunate placement for a combiner port. And it's not just for this mode too, so you will see that problem again come up. You know, well, that problem come up again. And yeah, I'm really getting flustered because I'm frustrated with this guy. I mean, general shape is pretty good. I mean, it definitely looks like Skylynx. Unfortunately, his tail is a bit on the short side, so you have to use the weapons to lengthen it. But then again, there's not much else you can do with him since he has no hands. They'd either just stay on the wings or port to the sides on the thighs. So yeah, they're fine as a tail. I'm fine with that part. But let's get into articulation, which is actually pretty good. So you got a swivel at the neck. You've got plenty of hinges to work with here, so you can get some nice movement. He does have an opening jaw and nicely painted gold inside, which I like. Wings can flap. These can go in and out, so he's got plenty of articulation there. Does have very soft ratchets at the shoulders, in and out as well, but can be very loose at times, so you gotta watch out. There's some ratchets at the elbows and a bicep swivel. These ratchets are, like, this is just a soft detent, but it feels like it's more solid than the shoulder, which can be a problem when you're trying to pose them. These are just this is just a forward back joint, no ratchets here, unfortunate. And then you got thigh swivel, soft detent at the knee. Again, it's inversed, which is a problem. Tail can go up and down a little bit, not a whole lot. Oh yeah, and these all hinge. So yeah, he's got a fair amount of articulation. And those thighs can be solid enough you can get him to stand up, which is pretty cool. And that's probably how I'm going to get him on my display shelf, so I can actually have him look over the deluxes, because otherwise he'd be a little bit lower than one. And just for comparison, we'll bring in Trail Cutter from a previous, like the Thrilling 30. As you can see, he's a little bit taller, but not by much. Yeah, his whole size is going from head to tail, which is pretty long. You know, he's got a long length, but yeah, there are problems with this one. And as you can see, these the hinges on the feet aren't exactly the tightest. They will go down very quick if you're not careful. So yeah, I mean, I like the updates to the wings. That's my favorite part about them, to be honest. But yeah, we'll get a comparison with G1 Skylynx. Yeah, and when you got these two together, this one looks like a little baby next to the big daddy, and no, that's probably sounds terrible, but yeah. And yeah, and this one really does look like this guy's kid. It's I would have preferred him to be about this size, maybe a little bit smaller, you know, get him in the leader class, and it would have been a lot better for the figure in general. But nope, they had to put in a combined form, and I guess we should get this over with. You know, it's kind of sad when a figure sacrifices so much in two modes for a gimmick, and the gimmick itself kind of falls flat on its face. That's how I feel Skylynx here turned out. Skylynx sacrificed a lot in his vehicle mode, a lot in his robot/beast mode, to get somewhat of a lackluster and buggy mess for a torso. I'll give credit where credit is due, though. The head is very nicely sculpted, and I like how they put the Lynx head for the head of the torso mode. And in all honesty, the body is really not badly proportioned, although the shoulders are very high. Just to the way due to the way they transform. But that said, it is lackluster, honestly. It's just how I feel about it. And unfortunately, the whole figure suffers due to this combined form. Now, when I say buggy mess, it's in the joints. Let's face it, I mean, you can see these leg joints these hips are not strong enough to really support him. Like, you can get it to hold sometimes, but it's not real reliable. And that is a big problem. I would definitely say this is a lot worse than the Prime Menasor combination. I mean, I know people really don't like that one because of the way Menasor's torso is kind of small and the locking points don't really work, but at least it has locking points. This one doesn't have that. I mean, you try to turn the arm and the hips go back. You hold that and this arm goes back. Like, this joint is a lot tighter than this joint. And there is a detent in there, a very soft one, to put it in the proper place, but it is too soft. And the joint is too loose to really work. which is a problem. I mean, at least Minosaur. Yeah. Again, those loose joints are a severe downfall for this guy. Which is very unfortunate. I mean, very unfortunate indeed. I mean, you know, I was really looking forward to Skylynx, and for this to fall as flat as it did is a real letdown. I mean, yeah, the Beast robot mode is okay, but it's small and it is a... I miss having the length mode on it. And I really would have liked the leader class Skylynx instead of this. But yeah, it's the combined mode that I really don't like about this guy. It is just sad. Really, really sad.
Okay, well that should wrap it up for Skylynx. Quite the letdown, and by far the weakest of the Combiner Wars figures. Definitely the weakest of the torsos. But still, it's okay. I mean, and I would just want a leader instead. I can't emphasize it enough. I mean, I really wanted to like this one, but yeah, it kind of fell down when it hit the combined mode. But anyway, gonna be taking a little bit of a hiatus, but next time we meet, it's gonna be big. I'm gonna be doing a retrospective review of the entire Combiner Wars line to see how well it did. So it's going to take a little bit more time. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, and I really hope it shows when I get this video out, next video out. So, you know, until then, take care, have fun, and I will see you next time. So goodbye out there, whatever you are.